What's up, motherfuckers? Today we're doing a story time with Trippy.
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy?
Hey, Trippy.
Okay, so today's story time with Trippy is going to be about a life-changing concert performance I had. We're gonna break down what I think I did really well at and what I think I did really terrible at. And we're gonna show it to you right here. So we actually have footage from that show. This show was from quite a while back. This show was actually from March of 2018. It was at the Black Box in Denver, which is actually a like EDM based venue. And I was actually like performing there for a contest. So we're gonna jump into all that. Alright, so first of all, we're gonna kind of break down the beginning of the story. This whole video is just gonna be a story, but we're gonna kind of talk about very important things throughout the entire video. So first I want to start off with just the whole beginning of it. So first of all, I showed up there. All the artists in the contest had to show up you know, hours prior to like the first performances, to get everyone checked in and everything figured out and the set list made up. So it was fucked up because like when I got there, the parking cost $20 for like 12-hour parking, but the only other option was 3-hour parking. And so the 12-hour parking was $20. So if you didn't want to get towed, but you didn't want to park like a mile away from the venue, and it was cold, or well, it was March, it wasn't that cold, I guess, but either way, no one really wants to park that far from wherever they're about to be doing a show at and spending, you know, 6+ hours at. Anyway, so that's like the first part that kind of sucked, it was just having to pay $20 for parking on top of everything. Now let me just add, they gave us a bunch of tickets to sell for the contest. I sold 4 total. 2 to one friend and then 2 to another friend. So I sold 4 tickets and I had nobody with me. I showed up by myself to this like rap show contesting, you know, just balls to the wall. So anyway, we all had to show up pretty early. Parking was expensive. I'm there by myself. I walk up to stand in line. There's already, you know, pretty good handful of artists waiting in line to get in. And so I stand in line, I kind of stand around for a minute while I'm there by myself, and you know, I'm only an introvert in situations where I have like a choice to be, but I can quickly change to extroverted. I don't know who else is like that, but I can just flip-flop basically as I please. Sometimes I just don't want to talk to anyone. Sometimes I don't have a choice, so I just instantly start interacting with people. I meet all the people around me, I start making friends, contacts, all that. It's super cool, it's vibey. Anyway, we finally get inside and we all like get into the green room and it's super dope, and like we're all chilling and like smoking weed and shit, and dude, within like 15-20 minutes of being in this green room, they come back in there and they're like, hey, everyone's got to get out of the green room, like we're doing construction back here, and like we basically just got told that we can't really have you guys back here. It's like a liability thing. So anyway, all the artists now have to hang out in the rest of the venue with everyone else. That already kind of added to how many people were out on the floor. Anyway, people start showing up. Let me just say, first of all, you had to pay for your spot in line. So if you paid like a higher price, then you would get one of the last slots in the contest, whereas if you didn't pay anything, or you paid like half of what like the top price was, then you'd get like middle, like in the middle of the contest. Anyway, I didn't pay any extra money. I just entered the contest, so I just got whatever one they gave me. They gave me in like probably the first like 10 artists, and there was 30 artists performing, so, and everyone had 10 minutes. But regardless of not getting into the green room and how everything kind of panned out, it still ended up being pretty chill. They had like this little VIP area that was kind of like in the venue. Me and a couple other artists like hopped in there and just took it over. so people couldn't come sit in there, and so we were just chilling. We took over the VIP section, and you know, for the most part, it was just kind of like waiting for my set to get there. My set happened, and you know, that's when it really got serious, because right before my set happened, you know, I had met all these people and stuff, and they were hyping me up. You know, we were all ready to get this show going, but when I got up there is when things really, you know, they took a turn where I was not expecting, and now I get to look back on that and really be proud and happy about it. But I'm gonna get into that in just a second. So I just want to say, first of all, right off the bat, I got lucky. So regardless of how the pay-to-play spots turned out, I'm gonna further explain it as I go throughout the video, and you're gonna actually realize that that didn't actually work out the way it was supposed to work out. Let's talk about the things that went super great. So I get on stage, I start my song. You know, I started it off with just getting like a simple callback. You know, it was super basic, but you know, any decent performer's done it. You know, I said, let's make some noise, Denver.
If you love raw ass motherfucking hip hop, make some motherfucking noise.
It was loud. Let's be honest, it was loud. But I wanted something a little more intense, so I said, no. Let me get one more.
No. One more time. Denver, make some motherfucking noise. Yeah.
So that was super hype already. Right off the bat, I realized I'm getting a response. And let me just add right here, the two friends who bought tickets and the 4 people who were supposed to show up hadn't showed up yet. I had already got on stage and I hadn't seen none of them. None of them showed up. I'm already getting started, and I'm hearing the crowd reacting to me, and they're being loud and they're yelling. I'm like, okay, cool, I have something to work with. That's it. That's all I needed, right? So I do my first song, and you know, I'm not doing bad, but that's where we get to my first mistake. If I can say anything, it's that my lack of cardio training, like endurance, when it came down to breath control, and just, you know, breathing. So long story short, by the end of the first song, I was like dying, dude. It was killing. I was dead.
Okay. I smoke way too fucking much. Oh my God.
You know, I knew my songs like the back of my hand. That wasn't the problem. The problem came down to just me simply not being in shape for it. Like, let's be honest, you know, back then I actually smoked cigarettes, and I had trained for shows before. I've trained, you know, for shows, and it makes a actual difference, like a significant difference, like a noticeable difference that you really can't ignore after the fact. So, you know what I mean? Let's just say I made a mistake and I was not ready. My cardio was not ready. My breath control was crap. It was complete shit that night. And that's really the main downfall that I'm gonna start with, simply like put. Now, it went super well though. I got plenty of callbacks. Everyone was still vibing with me. And like I said, none of these people knew me, knew who I was. There was maybe a handful that I had met in the crowd, you know, or in the contest before I went up. That was it. Like, and they didn't even know me. I had met them, you know what I mean? On the spot. So the fact that I was getting callbacks and that people were actually vibing with me and like putting their hands up when I asked them to, like,
Hands up. Yeah, I put that heat rock, that raw on the cup though. Next flame cut though, but can't take no punch though. You all say you Pablo, spending all your moms though. You say I'm always talking, you ain't even on though.
It's crazy, man. And another great thing that I did was I actually dedicated that show to a good friend of mine who passed a few days prior to the show, Dankelsey, rest in peace. And it was so dope because I was running out of breath, but I knew it was time to do it. And so I told the crowd kind of what had just happened, and about my friend passing, and I asked them to, give me a real quick, like, RIP, just out of full respect, and they killed it.
Okay, right here. So, at the end of that song, I said I do this for the money, the bitches, the buzz, the love, and the respect. But tonight, we're doing this for something else, see? Yesterday, my buddy Dankelsey died in a motorcycle accident. He was supposed to be here tonight. I think he still is, but just real quick, I did 1, 2, 3. Can I get an RIP? 1, 2, 3. RIP. Thank you for all the dead homies. Okay.
You know, they shouted that probably louder than just about any other part of my show, and so that was super dope and comforting. It was just so comforting that it went so well and that they responded so well to it. I definitely had to get a little interesting though after that, because I only used 3 songs for the whole 10-minute set, and I spread them out beforehand so it was all on one track. So I had about like, oh fuck man, 45 seconds in between each song. And 45 seconds doesn't seem like a long time, but when you're on stage just like talking to a crowd, it's a long time. You know, it came down to me kind of like explaining to the backstory. So it really came down to me like explaining the backstory behind, you know, the next song that I was gonna be performing. And the second song that I ended up performing, it ended up working really well because it switched the whole vibe up. Like the first one was super hype and kind of in your face, and then the next one was kind of more emotional and really took a turn into like feelings and took some depth, which I don't think people expected, especially because I was basically making jokes about, you know, the backstory and the girl that it was about, and you know, I actually got some laughs and some decent reactions, so that was super comforting as well, especially knowing that none of these people knew me. They had no obligation to give me any reaction at all. In fact, I just watched them give a couple people no reaction period when they were performing, you know, or if they had made a joke.
If only I had known before I fell for poison ivy. Okay, moral of the story, fuck that bitch. Bitch had me fucked up, I swear to God. I wasn't making music, I wasn't making money, I wasn't doing shit but nothing on that bitch. I'm sorry, I got a little graphic. Oh wait, it's 18 and up.
Anyway, long story short, you know, the song went well. I had to make jokes to kind of pass some time in between the 3 songs that I used for this 10-minute set. All these songs are probably like 3 minutes long on average, maybe a little bit less for like 1 or 2 of them, you know, obviously. All said and done though, I finished out pretty strong. My breath control was shit, but I mean, you know, I took it till the end. I didn't let them I didn't let them have the satisfaction of knowing that I was taking a defeat just because I was running out of breath. You know what I mean? Like, they could tell I was, but I wasn't like trying to show it. I was still just throwing out so much energy that they couldn't help but like appreciate it to an extent, you know. So, you know, at the end I said, all right, yo, I'm gonna get some water, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, and I want to get super fucking high.
Alright, I'm fucking done with this shit. I'm gonna go get some water, smoke a motherfucking cigarette, and get high as fuck.
Thank you, I appreciate y'all. And as I walked off stage, I heard cheering. I heard a crowd cheering for me. You know, they didn't know my name, they didn't have any clue who I was, but they said, hell, that was one hell of a show. They said, that was one hell of a show. So, I get off stage, and that's when shit got real interesting. Yeah, let's start with the fact that I get off stage and I find out that my friends showed up halfway through. So basically, the friends that had bought 2 tickets, they were bringing someone with them. So both of them showed up about halfway through the 10-minute set of 3 songs. So they really only made it to see about a song and a half, but you know, at least they made it, I guess, right? Anyway, I get off stage, and I had about 3 super super interesting interactions with complete strangers. So first interaction I have, I go off stage and one of the people I'd met was like right after me. So I just go like stand in the crowd and support him during his performance. And I'm standing there just minding my own business, vibing out. And I shit you not, out of nowhere, I feel two hands grab me on like the sides of like my side, like on my rib cage and my waist area, and just like fill me up, like fondle the hell out of me. And I'm like so confused, like I'm turning around expecting to see like some random person that I know from some part of my life or something, you know. I'm just expecting that this person obviously knows me. No, I turn around, it's this random drunk girl. I have no idea who she is. And she is just giggling and chuckling and just walks away and just like skips away. And just mind blown. I was just like, what the heck was this girl thinking? Like, I just came up and got fondled by a complete stranger. And they giggled and ran away. And then the next interaction I had actually came from something that had happened prior to me actually doing the show. So before I was fucking even up on stage, I basically was sitting in the VIP section with some of the other artists that I had met, and we were all smoking a blunt. We weren't supposed to be smoking in there, but we rolled a blunt, we started smoking it, and I'm literally hitting this blunt, like just chiefing it, and out of nowhere, just like a flash of light, and some guy's yelling at me. It's the security guard, and he's like, oh, put that out, put that out. He's yelling at me. He took a picture of me, like the whole 9 yards, dude. Anyway, so he literally has a picture of me smoking a blunt in this fucking concert, and he tells me to put it out. So I listen to him. Anyway, I do my show. I get off stage, get fondled by a complete stranger, and I'm like fucking dying of thirst at this point. So I'm like, okay, let me go get some water. So I go to the bar, and dude, guess who's standing there? The fucking security guard who took my fucking picture of me smoking the blunt. And so there's like nothing else I can do but walk up to him, like, hey man, can I like get a bottle of water? And he's like, yeah, but one thing first. And I'm like, oh shit, like I'm fucked, dude. He knows I was the guy smoking the blunt, you know? He goes, let me get a feature on that song. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, Poison Ivy. He's like, let me get a feature on this. I was like, what? This security guard basically ends up, you know, he gives me a bottle of water, obviously. But he ends up telling me about how, you know, he was really fucking with my vibe and my set, but specifically the song Poison Ivy. And he was telling me how he was an artist, and he had been a performer. He had also been like a venue owner. He had also been like stage help. He was a security guard at the time. So he had kind of just explained to me how he had really seen it from all angles, and he was just giving me some advice about it and shit. And it was real talk, and it was dope. It was just crazy. Like, I thought I was about to get busted for smoking a blunt, and nah, he was just totally cool. I started drinking my water, chilling, watching the rest of the show, and we ended up meeting these like older like black ladies. They were super dope. They were just vibing with us, and they were just giving us like advice. One of them was actually trying to give me like business guidance, and so I ended up getting her information. We didn't actually end up doing too much work together. I think she was just looking for a different kind of apprentice, but yeah, it was super dope, and we were just vibing. You know, eventually, you know, this water bottle's gone. I go to the bathroom. I gotta go to the bathroom. I've been here for fucking 4 hours. And, you know, there's a couple hours left, so I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I go searching. I don't even know where this shit's at. Like, and I get to this area where the green room is because that was the only bathroom I'd seen since I'd been there. So I'm like, okay, I guess I could go to the bathroom there. So I walk up to this guard, this security guard, and I'm like, he's like, where do you think you're going? I was like, oh, I was just gonna go to the bathroom. He's like, nah, you can go to the other bathrooms. And I was like, oh, okay, where are those at? And he like points me in the direction. Like, all right, well, what an asshole, but that's cool, whatever. I'll use the other bathroom. So I turn around. As soon as I take a step, I hear, wait. And I was like, what? So I like turn around, and there's like a voice like behind the security guard. So like there's this bright ass light, right? And there's the security guard. He just told me to, like, no, I can't fucking enter. And I'm about to leave, and I hear wait. But this wait is coming behind the security guard. It's from a totally different voice, totally different person. I can't even see this person. And I turn around, and he's like, nah, he's good. And I'm like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden, the security guard's even confused. And he just, like, steps to the side, and I walk past the security guard. And I look up, and it's like this fucking random dude. He's like, hey, man, I'm the fucking venue owner. I was like, oh, shit. So I shake his hand. He's like, dude, I'm fucking with your set. Like, you know, I'm fucking with your music, your vibe. Like, I love it. You're fucking killing it. Like, you need to keep doing you. You know, keep up the good work and practice. Like, you're going to make it far. And, you know, he's just complimenting me. And then he's like, wait, what did you need? And I was like, I just needed to go to the bathroom, bro. He's like, dude, go for it. Lets me go in the green room, use the bathroom. I get to smoke weed while I'm in there. Anyway, I come out, and I'm like, hey, thanks, man. You know, you have a good night. And, you know, I go chill for the rest of the show. You know, my homies, two of them, well, not my homies, the actual people I knew before the show who showed up halfway through my set, left right after my set. Like, after I saw them, I was like, hey, man, thanks for coming. They left. They're like, text me if you win. Anyway, so then the people, though, that I'd met at the show, the other artists that I was chilling up in the VIP section with, well, it was their set, and they basically had to go at, like, the end. They paid, like, you know, however much amount of money to be one of the last people to go up in the contest, because, you know, most concerts, one of the last sets, you know, is closer to the headliner, which is the set you want to get, right? So obviously most people are going to pay for that if they get the chance. Well, there was just a little twist on that. So because it was a contest, and you know how I mentioned, like, my friends came to watch my set and then they all left, all two of them? Well, almost everyone else's fans and friends and family did too. So the last 5 sets had, like, no audience members. None of the people were even still there, especially because it was such a long contest. So it was like the last 5 people had, like, no one even there to listen to them rap. Which was kind of fucked up because they paid the most money to be at the end, and then they had the least amount of audience members. So that shit was crazy. But long story short, I did stay till like 1 in the morning, which is how long it took for everything to get settled and get done and finish up. And yeah, I didn't win, by the way. Didn't even come in the top 3, which is alright. I had shit breath control, so I can't be that upset. I had a good run though, you know what I mean? Can't be upset. So anyway, at the end of the day, I just want to have some key takeaway points, and that's basically that cardio is key when it comes to live performances. You know, stage presence and all that stuff's important and everything, but cardio is key because that's going to give you great breath control. Period, point blank. Be in shape, and you'll be able to get your words out the way you want them to come out. So. Another point is, don't worry about who showed up for you. It doesn't matter how many people bought tickets and showed up to see you, because as long as you're a great performer and artist, those people might not know who you are, but as long as you have great stage presence and positive energy, they're going to vibe with you and they're going to fuck with you and you're going to make more fans Because realistically, at the end of the day, the people who support you the most don't know you at all. They're complete strangers. And another point I want to make is sometimes paying to win doesn't always work. You know, as shown in that scenario specifically, like, you know, the last group of, you know, the last people to be on the contest who paid for the last spot, the most money to be there, got the least amount of audience members and votes, just out of the way things panned out. So, you know, paying to win doesn't always help. And always strive for the next one, because that one wasn't perfect. But then I also had a show, you know, years later, another one. Obviously, I have shows every year, but another one years later that was like mind-blowing. That was literally like, I had like flashlights in my face, I threw t-shirts out into the crowd, I was throwing water bottles out, and it was just next level and super perfect. Like, went literally immaculately. So, you know, you live and you learn. That's all today's story time. It's just about this crazy ass concert that really changed my life. That would probably be, it's insignificant to most, but to me, really showed me what I needed to work on and what I needed to keep doing right. So, thanks for enjoying this week's episode of TangumaTV. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. You can check out tons of my other videos. I have all kinds of different series. This is the very first episode in the Storytime series. We're gonna have tons more with all kinds of guests telling their parts of their sides of stories that, you know, involve me or don't involve me, whatever the fuck it is. So thanks for coming. Peace out, motherfuckers.
Bro.
How long were we in there?
It's not funny. It's not funny.
How long were we in there, bro?
I've been in there for a long time.
Oh shit.
They're still kind of good though.
I can't even see
You
it.
know what I mean?